Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the antidote to lockdown boredom. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions, and with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them. Today we have got Mummer Atheist, Amanda, Easism, Sal, Mathpig, Sammy, and Doc.
Oh.
And we will jump straight in
to
question 119. If you were told that you could bring down planes with your mind, would you test it? And would you continue to use it?
I'd wait till someone on my list gets onto a plane.
So you just use it for just bring down entire planes, loads of people, just to kill those small group of people that we that have been previously alluded to.
Yes, they deserve to die. They've been on my list for a while.
What about everyone else on the plane?
Casualties of war, man. You know, to make a cake, you have to crack some eggs.
Sal?
Yes, I would definitely test it, just to see it happen.
Just to see it happen. And if it happened, you brought down your first 747, would you use it again?
If the right person's on the plane, yes.
The next person on your list.
Yeah.
Does everyone have a list? Is this something I'm lacking?
You should have one. You should definitely have one.
Yes.
You'd have to tattoo it on you, though, Dave.
Say again?
You'd have to tattoo it on your body.
I would, otherwise I'd forget.
Yeah.
An exercise in sanity.
Would you bring the plane down? Amanda?
What?
Would you bring the plane down if you could, with your mind, to test that it worked?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And would you use it intentionally to kill people off?
Probably.
Like, I definitely consider one particular plane that flies up there.
Just the one. Does it have a special designation that you can use to identify it?
Flight 476. Never get on to Flight 476.
It lands somewhere on the East Coast, often.
I'd be fascinated to... No, I don't know what countermeasures. Anyway, Sammy.
Yes, absolutely.
You people are all bloodthirsty.
No, well, not to go down that rabbit hole, but imagine if you saw for example, the second plane about to hit the towers.
If you could bring it down before.
You could bring it down.
Yes.
If you saw the first one coming.
Yes.
Even better.
See, now,
more
be the moral high ground. You know, we're all scum here, Sammy. We all want to murder people. Stop trying to keep the moral ground look good to the audience.
I thought it was quite obvious, actually. But...
See, I would test it on a Cessna with like a couple of people in it. And I don't.
Which people, or just random people?
Just random people. Well, okay. Sal has given me an idea. I might ever so slightly be tempted to test it on Air Force One.
Mm-hmm. That'd be my first test. I'm like, let's see if these shit go down.
It's a nice, easily identifiable plane. You'll know whether it's worked. It'll be on the news.
Can you do it?
It worked.
Can you do it somewhere we can check if the toilet's really gold-plated or not?
Well, that's only in the White House.
Actually, the plane Trump Tower. But
Yeah, he has a golden bathroom.
I wonder if you'd be able to direct where it came down.
Mm.
So you're going to use it now, not only to take down and kill innocent people,
Well,
assigned to wipe out people on the ground.
now you're sort of stepping into telekinesis.
You are. I mean, but I think you would need to be as well if you were trying to stop someone else hijacking it, because I think you basically need to be able to flick it with your mind.
Right. Throw it off balance. That'd be some.
But how could you do that if it was flying towards the Twin Towers? How could you what could you do if you tried to bring it down? It still has the momentum of its going forward.
Yeah, for some reason I had pictured it dropping.
Yes, just falling like a brick when you. Say again?
Oh no, the dog was making noises. I was telling him to shut up. You continue.
Doc, would you use it?
Does it work on drones or any other unmanned
Do you know what? I think it probably
air
does.
vehicle?
Yes.
Interesting.
So you do have a test that won't
Yes,
kill
on-
someone.
So that's a yes on drones?
Yes.
Then I would test it on a drone at first.
If it wouldn't?
If what?
If it wouldn't work on a drone, if there had to be someone on the plane.
Then I would only use it for military applications.
Interesting. if you could only control the pilot to make him crash the plane, would you still do it? I guess it's no different, really. He's
No.
going to die either way.
Yes. I hadn't really considered using it for military jets. But you wouldn't need...
Well, if you're gonna flick it with your mind, could you not flick it with your mind up into space and out of the way? And
Well, that's what I was saying. If you had the power to flick it, I think that changes everything. And I also think if you had the power to just bring down planes, you could basically eradicate your own air force. Because you could basically be the line of defense for anything flying towards you.
so now you work for the military.
Well, apparently so.
You're just a weapon with legs.
Yes. And I think they would treat you like that too.
Yes, they would.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you use your power to eradicate everyone else's air force?
Oh, well, it depends whether or not you could destroy aeroplanes when they're on the ground, I suppose. If you could if when they're in the air, obviously. Could you do that from anywhere? Yeah, I don't see why not.
True. If they have to fly for it to work, that
I don't think you'd be fussed. You all seem to want to bring down planes in a rush anyway. I'm
Okay, here's the question: would you do it if you knew your family was on board?
No.
Stop bloody questioning.
Hey, fuck,
Say
I'm gonna
again?
bring it down.
I suppose it would depend which bits of my family.
I was just going to say the same.
There you go.
Yeah. There are definitely some people that I would err away from, and some I would err towards. Right. Question 120. Quite apt. If you had a silo's worth of foodstuff, any foodstuff, what would it be?
Just one food?
Yeah.
Pineapple pizza.
Because you know no one would steal it?
Yep. Mine.
Now this is food, not liquid.
There could be any foodstuff, so liquid counts.
And water.
It's vaguely clever, but not...
I can go days without food. I can't go too long without water.
Yeah, it's the rule of threes. You know, 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food.
Didn't know that one.
Chocolate, mine would be, by the way.
You'll be chocolate. I literally was just about to ask you what yours
We
would
always
be.
without chocolate.
It's always chocolate.
I'd be tempted. I'd be tempted to go with chocolate.
I really don't see the appeal of chocolate.
How can you not?
Have you had it?
Have I had it? I like dark chocolate and not that often.
Yeah, not dark chocolate too. I like all chocolate. I even like white chocolate.
I really like white chocolate. I don't know whether you have it over there. You know what? I really like Milky Bar chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And you only get stupid amounts of it in a Milky Bar.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at you now, and you would have made a perfect little Milky Bar kid when you were younger.
Sammy, what food stuff would you have? Silo's worth.
It's a tough one. I don't really have a favourite food. I'd probably have to go with chocolate as well. White chocolate. Milky Bar. A silo of Milky Bars.
Yeah, I'll be round to steal it.
Yeah, there's nobody left in the world except you, and you're fighting over a silo of Milky Bar.
Doc?
We can share, Dave.
We
It's
can
the
share.
silo way.
I can live with that. Doc?
I'm gonna answer with a movie quote. I want to see who gets it. Pez, cherry flavored Pez, no question.
I know the movie.
I have no idea what movie.
Is that Dogma? No,
No,
no. It's
a little
not.
older movie than that.
I have heard it. I
Yeah, the
can't.
line's familiar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where's Jay when you need him?
Say it again.
Pez, cherry flavored Pez, no question.
Ah.
I'll give you a clue. It's based on a Stephen King novel, or maybe short story. I'm not sure, but
Have I heard that shit?
No, I have absolutely no idea.
It's a kids movie. It's definitely a kids movie.
yeah,
Is it?
in a manner of speaking.
I've heard kids say
It?
Uh huh. Well, not close, I'd say, but almost in the
You know, all right, let me look
vicinity.
it up. Now it's in my head.
What?
I can almost recite that movie line for line, and
It's a
I'm
classic, man.
trying to think what scene that is.
That's a classic movie. Good one. Stand By Me.
Yep.
Yeah, that's classic. Stupid kids.
And I answer that because I'm much like Sammy. There's no particular food that's my favorite. There's a lot of stuff I don't like. I certainly wouldn't be
Yeah.
pork of any kind in that damn silo.
Right, Orla says, decent baklava. I have no idea what baklava is.
It's,
Baklava.
What?
Yeah, baklava, it's awesome.
What
It's
is
like a Greek sweetie,
A Greek
sweet treat.
Crisp, like a thin layered bread. Oh, how can you describe it?
It's like really flaky
Almost a
crust
puff
and
pastry.
yeah,
Oh.
A sweet.
and like
puff
so much
pastry.
syrupy sugar that you go into sugar shock for like a week.
Mm.
I like that. And Lizzie says, salted chocolate. Is salted chocolate actually salted? Or is that another one of those weird American things where they call something salted that's not?
Yeah, it's a weird.
See, Jen
Oh,
was thinking along my lines. I thought caviar because it's worth heaps, but then I thought it's not going to last long in a silo.
But the truffles, well, real truffles or chocolate truffles?
Chocolate.
Well, she said worth a fortune, so
See, would they be better having them growing still? Then they'd last.
Yeah.
Caviar, you know.
Somebody said salted chocolate. What about chocolate covered salt?
What?
Oh, chocolate
You don't
covered
even put
pretzels.
salt on my dinner, and you're going to put salt in chocolate. You've just made chocolate even worse.
What do you mean chocolate covered salt?
That's nasty. I
It
can't
would
make
be
that.
like
I like-
imagine a sugar cube, only instead of sugar, it's salt, and then cover it in chocolate.
it's not that.
That sounds
strange.
horrible.
That's
That'd
exactly.
be pretty awful.
That's really gross.
My stepson often has food with his tomato sauce.
I was trying to work it out when we were trying to work out what we could actually buy at the supermarket over the last few weeks. I'm sitting here umming and ahhing about going, do you know what? Fuck it. Buy anything we can find on the shelves and a bucket load of barbecue sauce.
Do you put barbecue sauce on a pizza instead of tomato sauce?
It depends sometimes.
Oh,
I have-
no, that's wrong. That's worse than pineapple on pizza.
No,
No, it's not.
No,
It's basically, barbecue
No, it's
sauce
not.
is basically
I've tried.
tomato sauce with a bit
It
extra.
does not taste.
What?
It doesn't taste the same.
That's in your head.
Right.
No, it doesn't taste the same at all.
That's why people in the shop sell barbecue sauce and red sauce as two separate things because we're
It's-
stupid and barbecue sauce is just brown.
No, barbecue sauce is basically ketchup with some spices in.
And
Yeah.
syrup.
Which isn't nice.
It's lovely. Depending on the barbecue sauce.
See, the good thing about the barbecue sauce and pizza is that you put it in the oven, so it kind of sticks to the bread really nicely. That's why it's good.
Domino's barbecue sauce is absolutely stinking.
Is absolutely
I
what?
don't think that.
Stinking, rotten.
Yeah,
Right.
Dom-
Domino's
My
barbecue
big-
sauce is just Heinz.
Yeah, that's not.
When you go to Domino's and you get their barbecue sauce,
That's
pizza,
not barbecue.
Yeah, their barbecue sauce is Heinz barbecue sauce.
They strain the baked beans out.
Right.
But barbecue sauce is very good on just about anything.
It's around some things.
babies.
Babies, yes, barbecue babies.
I need to get rid of that, which I didn't. Right.
What about barbecue sauce on chocolate?
No.
Ooh.
No.
I'll try that shit. I will definitely try that shit. Deep fried barbecue chocolate.
No.
Deep fried barbecue chocolate.
You've just gone too far now.
No,
How
about
some idiot's gonna come up?
deep fried chocolate coated salt with a dash of
What does that even
barbecue
mean?
sauce.
But that's just.
Or how about chocolate covered barbecue sauce?
You
No!
just salt.
You people are sick! Sick!
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Question.
yeah.
What?
In a barbecue?
Shh. Question 121. Assuming you decided to cryogenically freeze yourself, would you fear that you'd be primitive to those who revived you?
Now, are you asking the question right, or do we need to check with Kaz?
No, I'm asking the question right. She hasn't read the questions. She just knows from when afterwards whether or not I ask it right.
Well, I think we would probably look very similar, but our ability to do things would be different, you know?
Do you think you would
How
appear
far is
primitive?
it sure you're talking?
I probably wouldn't. I'd be like, you guys are still fucking idiots.
Would your entire knowledge base be basically worthless apart from the things you could tell them about how we live now?
Yeah.
No. Because I could definitely learn a lot from somebody in the past. Definitely.
You vary from people in the present, Sal.
I'm scared of the people.
See, if the
Less
world
educated.
was ended up ran by millennials and all the woke people,
Excuse me, I'm a millennial officially.
No, you're not.
I thought millennial was 78. I might not be. I can't remember. I'm sure one of the
You are
definitions.
definitely not a millennial.
I might be wrong. It might be 80. Go on. Sorry, I interrupted you.
no, I think I was done.
Right. See, Jen says less educated, maybe. I think that's the problem. I mean, how did Stallone appear in Demolition Man?
Caveman. And
Exactly.
couldn't figure out the 3 seashells.
Exactly. And why will no one tell me what the hell the 3 seashells is? I live next to a beach. I can't get
You gotta
loo
use
roll.
both hands.
Seashells
Oh
are
my
easy.
Sorry,
The trick is
But
to
watch
both
the
hands at the
movie.
same time.
that's
What?
he's a terrible example because you could say, "How did Stallone appear at any point?" and it's the same answer. Primitive.
Good one.
In any movie, at any point.
Hey, I was a fan of Rocky. Sorry, Rocky.
No,
Rocky
just
was-
because they're good. I'm a fan. I really enjoyed Demolition Man. But that doesn't change the fact that he looked like a primitive in it.
I agree.
It's also a movie that was made to look him like a primitive in it.
Yeah, but I think he looks a bit like a primitive in Rocky as well, and he wasn't.
So you're just saying that Stallone looks primitive now?
Well, this was Sammy's point. So no one's really worried. They're not going to look like Stallone in the future.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not worried.
Well, consider the possibility that education might actually advance in that time.
You're definitely going to be less educated.
It hasn't in the last. Yeah, it hasn't in the last 100 years, but maybe the next 100 years it might. In which case, you might have a good opportunity to catch up.
So, how much time has passed though? If you're cryogenically.
Well, this is the point. The question leaves it open. So
open. All
so
right.
it could be 1,000 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
See,
I would feel, I'd feel pretty stupid because everything's different. But everybody would see me like as a fascination, want to talk to me. That would definitely happen.
I mean, don't forget, 1,000 years' time, we will almost certainly have brain internet connectivity. So they put a chip in you, and your education will be up to speed like that.
Right. Download.
See, I don't think it would matter to me how far it was. I would be that cranky old man that says, "Get off the lawn. Take your newfangled brain scan chip thing and
stick it up your
Well, you wouldn't have the brain.
Of your head.
You wouldn't have the fangle thing. Fair enough. I'd jump at that tomorrow.
See, I would now at this age. Yeah. I just preemptively, I think I know what I'm going to be like when I'm older. I'm planning to be that way.
You are. You want to be an arse when you're older.
I do. I've been so nice all this time. I'll have earned it.
I like that.
That's how it works, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. According to my granny, that's how it worked.
Yep.
I'm 80, don't need to be nice to people anymore.
No.
Fuck off.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah. I see myself going that way. I'm like, yeah. I paid my dues.
Yeah, fuck the world. Let it burn. Let it burn.
Yeah.
Jen thinks we're too complicated for that. I would argue about that some other time. Right. Question 122. If you could name a part of the body after you, what part would it be? Do you have a little Sammy?
All right, it has to be the penis.
It has to be.
It's a little Sammy.
That is a strange question, but yeah, probably everybody has to. Most of the men are going to go penis.
Wow, that's terrible.
It is.
Is Amanda still there?
Mama, have you named your boobies?
normal.
Have you got left booby and right booby? Have you got names for them?
Yeah, but everybody would call theirs a little Sammy then.
I like that.
You like that?
I'm weird.
It's just all gone now. So there's math pigs. Everybody has to call it their math pig.
Yep.
No math pig. I got a math pig.
It really does almost work with anyone, though, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially
I
Dave's
mean, I
floating head.
just
What do women do? They don't have a little Sammy.
you have a whopping great Sammy.
I don't know.
Why you went straight for little Sammy?
They have an even littler Sammy.
Oh, man.
I don't think I'm choosing the penis for my body part.
What are you choosing?
I mean, come over here and play with my Doc Fearsome baby just doesn't sound too sexy.
That's great.
You can play around with the whole "What's up, Doc?"
Very glad you finished that sentence.
What's up, Doc? My fearsome baby.
We're all talking about penises, and the one woman in the room has went off camera. Does not want to be involved.
Do you call yours a little Sammy?
Oh.
Laugh.
I genuinely cannot think of a good answer to this question.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on.
Go with penis, Dave. Jump on the bandwagon.
Jump on the bandwagon.
That's the best.
Actually, the body part I was thinking of was the frontal lobe of the brain.
The Doc Fearsome of the brain.
The problem you've got is everything that you would name a body part after, or named after you. I don't think you would want to be someone that uses it.
I'm happy to use my math pig all the time, even when I'm alone.
Yeah, but
It's little Sammy.
Sorry, little Sammy.
There you go.
Oh, it just got weird.
He's using his own little Sammy,
why.
not yours.
All of a sudden.
It took 10
Got weird. Give me a second. I was just gonna say I don't ever use my math pig. It's probably in a box in the closet somewhere.
That's fucking great.
Right, we should try the next question.
My jaws are sore from the laughing. That's the only reason
my
my jaws are
cheeks
sore.
I get that. It's terrible. Right. I copied and pasted the same question. I'm an idiot. Right.
Next question.
Question 123. Are you the
Just briefly,
postman or the
Jen
letterbox?
chose the arse.
What?
Just before we move on, Jen chose the arse.
Oh, I missed that.
I thought it was worth a mention.
Everyone would choose the arse. Does that mean if someone kicks you in the arse, you get kicked in the gen?
Good expression.
Even worse, you get kicked in the Jen's little corner.
It's very dark in Jen's little corner. Question 1, 2, 3. Are you the postman or the letterbox?
Well, that's, I don't know, coming from you, that's a completely different question.
I didn't write this
That's
question.
a loaded question.
I didn't write this question, and I'm not even 100% certain how to interpret it.
Well, I'll help you and I'll go first.
Go on.
Oh, God.
Both.
Math pig?
I'd be the postman if he seems more in charge.
You just don't want to be the letterbox.
Yeah.
It's creaky
So
flap.
Math Pig's answer is not the letterbox.
Yes.
Not the letterbox, yes. Oh.
Jen says she's a letterbox.
I definitely postman. I like pushing buttons.
He's going to get put in. Doc?
Let's see. I'm thinking neither one. I'm the post holding up the letterbox.
Amanda?
The letterbox.
I like how everyone is interpreting this question sexually.
Because it was you that asked the question.
Exactly.
Anyway, other than I answered it. Make it sexual.
So why
Okay,
is the
we'll
letterbox?
answer it non-sexually, Dave.
I did.
Too late, we've all been corrupted.
We've all been corrupted. I didn't think I can.
Yeah.
Sal, what would you be?
I said postman. Definitely postman. Pushing buttons is my thing.
Right. Question.
Next question.
Yep. 124. You have been publicly left $1 million by Jeffrey Epstein. What do you do with the money?
Oh,
Seriously?
That's none of your business.
I can't.
This is why you've been publicly left the money.
I'm gonna blow it. I'm gonna give some back, but man, that's my money.
question is, why did he leave it to you? What did you do for
What
Jeffrey?
did you do?
Hang on, that's a later question.
Yeah, right. Yeah, part two.
Well, that's what everyone's going to be asking.
I can't remember who that is.
It's the guy that owned the island that MathPig wants to buy.
I'm just waiting for it to go
Oh
deep.
yeah, he was supposedly involved in that Pizzagate nonsense.
And then the fake conspiracy where he hung himself as well.
Pizzagate. I don't remember Pizzagate. No, he died. Like the conspiracy is that he was killed because he knew too many names. Because he had the island where he had all these powerful people come and sleep with little girls.
Yeah, see, in about 10 years' time, man, nobody's going to want that island. It's going to be going for cheap. We can move out there and just start off again. You know,
Just fucking take it over.
we're going to have to go around with a lot of
come.
spray and clean everything, but
A
Yeah,
black
right.
light.
See, I would gladly take the money.
Yeah.
Like $1 million is sort of my limit for, the question. How much would you do? It's $1 million. Doesn't matter what the question is.
You take
If
$1 million.
have
You
$1
do it
million,
no matter. No
I'll
matter
do
what.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Catnip says she burn it.
Fuck.
Jen says
It's
she
cat.
donated to the victims' families.
The money didn't have anything to do with it.
But he wouldn't have been able to do it.
Wasn't the money's fault.
It was- but why hold it against the money?
Exactly. Don't burn the money.
Oh, I want to pick the moral answer and go give it to the victims. I'm not convinced.
Yeah,
I
well,
would.
now that it's been said, thanks, Jen.
Man, you get some of it back. It's my money.
It's your money.
Yeah. I'll give you some.
Yeah, you go.
I'm not greedy.
Yeah, you go.
Amanda? She's gone. Oh no, she's in. What would you do with the
Say
money?
again? Yeah, I would end up. Well, I mean, I would keep some, and for me and Angel, but
A good public gesture.
mostly, I would probably donate it to some water.org and the and some endangered species.
Mm.
So I know
See
that's
now.
right.
now we all feel appropriately guilty.
Yeah,
We'd
I
all
was
blow
about
the
to
money.
Say the same thing.
I know.
But
Sal
see,
doesn't fuck you all. I've got $1 million.
if you'd have said 10 million, it's a whole different ball game. I'd give away 9 million because, like I said, I just need that million.
And that million is still dirty.
I don't care.
All money's there.
It's $1 million.
Yeah.
And it's $1 million real dollars too.
Yep.
Not monopoly money.
Oh, so not Australian money.
No.
All money's dirty.
That's very true.
Where you buy anything online and end up paying twice the price you were expecting to pay.
Yeah, we're heading that way.
Yeah.
No, I just mean in Australia because our dollar is worth half of everybody else's.
But you sound richer.
You sound rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their monthly income,
I
you
don't
know,
know
is,
about
is their average monthly income is what, $3,000 a month? Sounds much more. Sounds much better than our average.
Yeah, people out here in the USA don't see that. I mean, it's different. I get it, but yeah, people don't.
Yeah, we'd
$8,000
have a much higher standard of living.
Yeah.
But we have a higher minimum wage and a lot of things that make all those differences. So
Yeah.
Right. Oh.
America's minimum wage is disgusting.
Disgusting isn't the word.
It should be against human rights.
To be honest, ours is not doing very well at the moment. Although saying that anything's not
Better
doing
than
very well at the
ours.
moment. Right. Question 125. Have you ever been in a canoe? What sort?
Yes. A floaty one.
A Canadian canoe? Or a...
I don't understand.
How many sorts of canoes are there?
Well, there's a few, but the two big ones is a Canadian canoe, and then a normal canoe, which is a single person, more of a, you'd probably call it a kayak.
Okay.
Well, there's a definite difference
Yeah.
here between a kayak and a canoe,
Yeah.
but
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't consider them the same. Okay, it's a floaty thing.
They're
but
both
it's not-
canoes, is the point.
Like canoe, you gotta bust your ass rowing on each side to keep going.
Yeah, that shit's not fun alone.
Not a lot.
If
Not
you're
at all.
doing that alone, like...
Yeah, you're fucked. You're not going anywhere. For me, yes, wooden. I've been on a
Yes,
Yes.
plastic.
Math Pig?
A very small one. I don't know now. Seeing as there's a conversation about canoes and kayaks, it may have been a kayak, a little one-person thing when I was with the Scouts.
Did you have a paddle on? Did the paddle on both ends have a blade on both ends?
It had a blade on both ends.
Yeah.
that sounds like a kayak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda?
Yes.
Which type?
Both.
See, again, I find it odd that people didn't, but I grew up around the water.
What? I'm sorry. I read it.
No, I think you're the odd one out here, Dave. 'Cause you
Yeah,
think
no,
a kayak. You think a kayak is a canoe?
A kayak is a canoe.
No, it's a kayak.
Yeah, that's why it's called a kayak.
So all kayaks are canoes, but not all canoes are kayaks.
Yes.
Righto, Steve.
Wonderful.
Kick that fucker.
You don't have the button.
So, are you a canoe or a kayak?
Now that's the real
He's a
question.
kayak, goddammit.
Oh, I like the next question. Next question. Next question requires self-reflection. Question 126. What would you consider... Oh, sorry, no. I can't read. Question 126. What would others consider your most annoying habit?
I interrupt too much.
Do you?
I should have made a longer sentence that I interrupted you more. It was quite. I think it was Be Mindful took a timer one episode with Richard, and it was every 90 seconds when I interrupted him.
Knock, knock. Where'd he go?
Who's there?
An interrupting physicist.
And interrupting physicists who.
Move on! I've forgotten what the question is.
What's your
So do
most
I.
annoying habit, Dave, from your own opinion?
In my opinion, that I forget everything.
No, it's what others consider is your most annoying habit.
Yes. Not what you consider it, what others would.
Oh, what others would.
Yeah. Sal?
I'm thinking. There's so many.
So many. Have to rank them.
Yeah, come back to me because I can't think
Okay.
of one in particular.
Amanda?
Over apologizing. I apologize for everything. Sorry.
Is it sorry or sorry?
Sorry.
I do wonder if she's part Canadian.
Right?
Can you say
I mean, I'm
about
from New England. It's close enough.
Close enough.
Can you say a boot?
Can you see a boot?
A boot.
You know what you're talking about.
Sammy?
Probably not people on the internet, but people who know me in real life would say my terrible memory.
Yeah, the only reason you say that not people online is that everyone's got terrible memory online.
There.
Have they?
I thought that was just you, Dave.
Well, everyone I talk to, I don't remember them, they don't remember me. So.
No, you don't remember that they remembered you. We remember you.
I'm very forgettable.
That's not true.
It so is.
No.
Doc?
When I get angry, I growl.
Do you get angry a lot? For it to be
No,
considered a habit?
He said annoying habit. That's not cute.
I have it. Okay, I guess it's been a long time since anyone's told me, but they told me I used to snore like relentlessly, real bad.
I don't snore. I know categorically I do not snore. Shut up! No one has ever heard me snore.
Never. That was all sound clip.
Well, have you ever? I recently, for the first time, woke myself
Oh yes,
with a
Yes.
snore.
Yes.
That is a bizarre experience.
Isn't it? You're like, what the fuck? You think somebody's
Oh, surreal.
Yeah.
You're being an asshole. Get up in that fucking chair now.
Poor dog.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Oh, Martha had started to pick on me because he'd be running around and we'd be talking something and he has his own sofa and I'll shout at him, get up and lay down, and she'll burst into stitches laughing and go, did you just tell him to get up and lay down?
I'm fascinated that he doesn't want to go out when it's someone else's stream.
The back door's lying wide open. It's a good day. He could just leave if he wanted to. He's been fed, he's fresh water. He's just being a cunt.
He knows you're on live. That's why.
So, I got a phone call while I was at work today that my dog had a brown snake in his mouth.
What?
And my stepson was in hysterics and didn't know what to do. It was only a small one, and thankfully we raced him down the vet, and he hadn't been bitten, but
Did the snake
it
survive?
was pretty scary. God no,
Because
chopped its head off.
so it was fast.
It's a fucking brown snake.
I went outside about 3 days ago, and the new Alsatian we've got and the Jack Russell were there fighting over who was going to get this bee. One of them had obviously managed to get it in their mouth and get it soggy, so it was just lying on the ground. And they're just both jumping at it. Neither one wanting to push the other one, trying to get it.
Have you seen them big, giant, long ropes? They're quite good for the dog, especially when you have a few of them.
Yes.
Yep.
I have a video I'm tempted to put up of the Jack Russell pulling with rope with the Alsatian.
I think I've got one of them as well. We could match.
Yeah, but my Jack Russell's better.
No, Pod's better. Pod's a big tank of a fucking Jack Russell
Exactly.
Staffy.
Mine's a little Jack Russell, the right size.
Best mongrel ever made was a Jack Russell cross with a Staffy. Pod's class. He's 16 on Sunday. It's actually his birthday on Sunday.
Right.
On the same day we have Aaron Ra. On the same day I have Aaron Ra on. It's Pod's birthday.
I will put money if you mention
That's
it. In fact, I will. Oh, what can I do? If you can get Aaron Ra to wish him a happy birthday.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna mention it, man. Definitely.
Get him to sing happy birthday.
I've had the dog for 16 fucking years, man. I'm definitely gonna mention his birthday.
What is that? Like 136 or something? And
You ignore the first 3 years. So if he's 16, it's 13 times 7 and then add 3.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're the mathematician. How old is he?
I'm on my 3rd joint and I'm awake about an hour and a half. Fuck off. Right now.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning for me, so.
Right, go get a calculator.
Okay, well, 10 sevens is 70.
94. That hurt my brain. He's 94.
Wow.
Right.
He's got a wee bit of cataracts in his eyes, but it doesn't affect him whatsoever. You throw treats anywhere up in the air, anywhere at all, he gets them. No bother. Not affected.
So you do realise, Matt Pig, he probably stands at the open door because he thinks it's closed.
No, he's sitting on the sofa right now, right? Hold on. This is what I'm getting, right? I'll fucking... hold on. Where's the button for the camera? Right? The evil look that I am getting from this dog right now is shocking.
Poor thing. I spoil my dog.
He's just sitting there, staring at me.
He's staring into your soul.
He is staring into my soul, making me feel
That's great, man.
guilty.
They're such characters, man.
Oh. You seen the picture yesterday? He fucking hates me.
Does he go with? Oh, he must have. Right. Sorry. Next question. Question 127.
Oh, that's right. We're on a question show.
We are. Question 100.
Quiz show.
No. Question 127. What is one of the simple pleasures of life that you truly enjoy?
Ooh. Yeah, I got it. That's a good one.
You're only allowed one.
To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
Go Conan.
No, that's not my answer.
I would hate to see your complicated pleasures in life.
That answer, dude, that's like so classic. Oh, that's so classic.
I don't know, simple pleasures in life that I truly enjoy. Being able to spend time with the people that matter.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely top of my list being with my family.
Okay, I'm going to exclude family from the list.
My immediate family, not my entire
No, it's
family.
meant to be. It's meant to be something very, very simple. Your family are complicated.
So I get to now, as part of my job, whenever I go shopping, just keep an eye out for certain brands and types of foods that I deliver to someone who's unable to go shopping for themselves. And I haven't done it yet, but I already feel really good about it. So, and it's just such a simple thing that
Just for fun.
Mm.
Yeah, for me, it's noticing like hidden art,
Mm.
like stuff that's just like hidden. You don't really notice it, or something that pops out of me, whether it's art or not. Kind of like pareidolia. Pareidolia.
Mm.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
Amanda?
Can you repeat it, please?
Say it again. Can I repeat it? What is one of the simple pleasures of life you truly enjoy?
And you said it can't involve family.
No.
Oh. Chocolate.
It's an excellent answer.
Yeah. Walking my dog, I guess. Doing six pack. Six pack is a simple pleasure I enjoy. And I don't mean like the drink. I mean going on with my friends, my family. It was not my real family, so.
But family is.
Brain party. I enjoy brain party.
Brain party?
Oh,
Brain party.
Brain party.
That's the simplest thing, just to have a brain fart. Just like the fuck out.
Brain fart not mean you just don't know what you're saying, or
Both.
the simple pleasure is just to be stupid for that 1 minute.
Exactly. Just to like let go, be free, let loose, say whatever the fuck you want, and not have any repercussions for it.
Jen says sex.
I was going to change my answer to weed or sex.
The simple things in life.
Simple. Those can be hard to acquire. That's why I didn't go with that route.
Yeah, it can be complicated getting, but once you've got,
Yeah, right? Yeah, you're
simple pleasure.
Math pig?
Music.
Music.
Nice.
Hamilton.
Music.
Yeah, I need to find out what Hamilton is.
That's a simple pleasure I like. You know, just if I can just sit and put my headphones in and listen to Hamilton, then I'm good.
Doc?
I think,
Oh, go on, Sammy.
I was just going to
Which
say,
one
I
of
think this, go on, Doc.
Oh, sorry. What's one of the truly simple pleasures in life I enjoy?
Yes.
Vivisection.
Of who?
Any vivisection,
Any
just
vivisection.
in general.
Anyone, as long as it's alive and splayed open.
Oh.
What?
I'm kidding, of course.
What were you going to say, Sal?
Sal or me?
Oh, sorry, you. Sammy.
I was just going to say, I think it's a really fitting question for right now. What's going on in the world? That we sort of try and think about those simple pleasures. Easy to forget them, as we just all sort of noticed how hard it was to think of a simple pleasure.
Yeah.
I think mine would have to be something I find incredibly relaxing. I like having my nails done.
Okay.
I find that really
Do
relaxing.
you like getting your nails done?
Yeah.
Like painted.
No. Like filed and buffed.
Okay.
And it's just really relaxing. My ex used to do them. Right.
I like scratching an itch myself.
Scratching an itch is really fucking good.
Yeah. On the door jam. It's the best. That's almost sexual, that shit. A morning wood.
I didn't know you played golf.
I don't.
lost it. Right, question 128. Have you ever had a dream that accurately predicted the future?
Quite often.
Have I died in any of them?
No, but I did see Richard die.
Poor man.
Was it?
Was I wait.
Even,
Was I convicted?
Pardon?
Was I convicted?
No.
It's not all about you, Dave. I know it's your show, but was it a good death, though?
He sacrificed himself for somebody else.
Did he shout Khan?
The best kind. He'd be so happy.
He said, I told him about it. He said it was very similar to what he'd seen himself dying, which was a bit freaky.
Did I miss anything in the rest of his 175 stream? Have you watched his 175 screen, Mathpig?
I haven't watched it all. I was falling asleep. But I was in the chat. No, Richard's beard was in the chat. I was not in the chat at all.
At all.
I heard Richard's beard is actually Irish, but don't tell anybody.
It just sounds Irish through the beard.
The colour. It's the ginger colour, but he died right here.
I actually got ribs.
I was pretending that he'd kidnapped me and was threatening me with trimmers and all. It was quite funny.
Oh, that's terrible. Sammy, have you ever dreamt of the future that's come true? How did
Well, yeah. Oh. I believed I did, but I'm not so convinced that it actually...
No, there's no such thing as predicting the future.
Thank you, yes.
But it can appear that way. Don't forget your brain.
It does.
Like, I've had deja vu. Does that count?
And it is. It is almost the same thing.
Yeah, right?
There only needs to be one trigger in a situation that then in your brain transforms that entire situation.
Yes.
Into a recognized...
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
We match as much as we fit around anything. Yeah. It's why witness statements are so unreliable. Because we see one thing and then we fit an entire universe around it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which...
How did you get rid of the problem of hard solid substance?
We kick you.
What do you do?
We kick Mathpig. Doc.
I don't think so, but I have experienced a lot of deja vu.
I think Sal said he was deja vu. Manda's vanished?
I mean, if that's what you want to call it, because the same thing, I'm in a total agreement with Sammy. It just takes one little thing to put you in a whole other reality, and your mind just goes wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to. Well, I can recognize a dream when I'm having it. I can recognize.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's a step away from lucid dreaming.
Well, that's the only way I can explain it. I'm dreaming. I'm having a bad dream. I recognize I'm in a dream. I stop freaking out. And
don't just stop freaking out, man. Reach up your arms in front of you like Superman and fly into the sky. I'm not kidding you.
You can imagine.
You will fucking do it. You will do it.
Yes, I've done stuff like that.
Are you serious? I'm so jealous.
I've been able to get to a point where I just spoke about it the other day in a stream. Me and Bill were talking about it. So I can find myself in a nightmare, and there's one that stood out not too long ago. I was on a beach, where all of a sudden it's like Armageddon and bombs exploding, and you see like World War III starting. I'm in the water, and when I turn around, I can see my family in the distance, my immediate family, and they're all getting killed. like bullet, and I'm running towards them. And as I'm running towards them, I'm like, wait a minute, this is a fucking dream. And the whole thing changes, and I can I actually manipulate what's happening in my head at that moment. I can also pick up where I left off. Like I won't just stop dreaming and completely forget. The ones that stand out, not all dreams, because I dream all the time, but I can't always remember my dreams. But I do have that capability, so that's what I'm saying. It's like I can do that in my dream. So when I am out in the real world and I see something that triggers a memory, I kind of break it down and see where that memory came from, and not find myself in saying, well, deja vu, or using some word that doesn't fully explain the experience of having.
Y'all want to hear a weird one?
Go on.
Yeah.
This isn't lucid dreaming per se, but I often have dreams where at some point I'll suspect it's a dream, and I'll have to test things, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be a kind of lucid dreaming. Well, when I was in college, I had a dream that I was in philosophy class, and I began to suspect it was a dream. So I told my philosophy instructor, and she proved me wrong. She proved it was not a dream.
How?
Eh?
How?
So that was kind of weird.
How did she prove it wasn't a dream?
Yeah. That's the interesting.
I was trying to tell her it was a dream, and I looked around at all the desks, and all of a sudden there was like a red piece of paper on each desk, and I said, "Aha! That paper wasn't on each of these desks before." And she looks at the other end of the room and says, "Well, that's because so-and-so has been handing them out." And then suddenly there was a person there putting those papers on the desks. That's how she proved it. I'm like, oh, okay, so this is real.
Here's a question. Did you know something was going to happen prior to that? Is it something that constantly happened every so often, where somebody did something like that? She assigned somebody to do that?
Probably not that particular teacher, but that sort of thing was common with other instructors.
So,
yeah.
I really don't dream at all.
No, same.
And when I do, they are so realistic. I didn't realize that people even dream in black and white, let alone apparently most. I've never had and white. Yeah. I've never had a black and white dream.
Yeah.
But they're usually mundane, like the most mundane thing you could imagine, just walking up to your sock drawer and getting a pair of socks out, and then the dream's over.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my dreams. But I had one dream one time that I don't know if it gave me PTSD or a psychotic break or what happened, but it was so realistic, and the time frame that happened in the dream was so long, like months in fact, that when I woke, I did not know who my waking self was. I was still the person in the dream.
Did you have a fever?
Whoa. I don't know, but it took me a few days to really come back to full, if I ever even came back, to be honest. But it was...
Did Deep Space Nine not do that with Chief O'Brien? I think they did, didn't they?
There's been a few in sci-fi where they've given... I mean, Picard's the famous one.
Right.
With spending an entire life with the flute.
So I saw an experiment years ago. It's definitely 10 plus years ago. It was on the Science Channel. It was one of those weird documentaries. It was with Morgan Freeman, and it was some science thing. And they were running these experiments where they would flash letters and numbers or symbols to somebody before they went to sleep. And then they found a way to record those through like MRI type imaging. Yeah. Record something dreaming through an MRI as they dreamt.
Yeah.
And they were able to see certain letters that were flashed in front of them repeatedly throughout their dream. So like the letter F was just constantly being flashed in front of them. and the MRI imaging that they produced with the whatever they were doing was able to copy that F through your mind, through the whatever you were thinking. So they were experimenting on actually recording people's dreams, and it seemed possible. That's years ago. I haven't. But it's really interesting.
There's some interesting research there, and there is allegedly. I've seen it in drama. I don't think I've seen it in tests of almost getting an image out of it.
Yes,
and I'm not convinced.
I've seen that footage, but I wasn't convinced.
No, I'm not. I don't know if it's real. Is at the end of the day. I mean, what I would say, going back to Sammy's point, is that everyone dreams, but a lot of people don't remember their dreams. I don't remember my dreams virtually at all. However, I do hallucinate when I'm ill. Quite badly. Okay, and what I find it really funny, actually, I go for years not knowing something, and then all of a sudden discovering that my hallucination is really, really common, and it's called Alice in Wonderland syndrome. And you think you're. I think I'm tiny. I'm in the room I'm in, but it's like I'm an inch tall.
Okay, yeah.
And everything around me is huge, and I can't move in it, and it's really weird. And that's one of the common ones I get.
That would be weird.
Yeah, and I get that when I got fever. So I might have. If I start getting that next week, I know to be worried.
Feel sick, Dave?
I've had a terrible cough.
Okay. Yeah.
That refuses to go away.
I've had that same experience, Dave, but it was drug induced.
I can't believe it was other people that had it. I'd had it all my life. It's vaguely common. Right.
Not special at all, Dave.
No. I thought it was a superpower. I thought I could shrink down, and if I could only learn to move. Right.
Minute Man.
Ant-Man.
It's not Minute Man, it's Minute Man.
100 question 129. Your boss served you a revolting meal. Would you tell your boss, or would you lie and risk being invited to attend and serve the same meal again in future?
Would they serve the same meal again?
There's a reasonable probability. There's a reasonable probability they would serve it again.
I tell them.
You tell them.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Well, you should suck.
Even if it potentially risked your job.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not gonna
my job. No.
Like, I hate people messing with my food. So if you serve me something that sucks, I'm gonna tell you, hey, look, it wasn't that good.
Sammy?
I want to know your opinion. What do you think, knowing me, what do you think my answer would be?
I don't think you tell them.
Remembering I am Australian.
Oh, this is the problem. I don't think you'd tell them. I think you'd say it was okay. I think you might even say that you weren't very keen on it, but I don't think you'd tell him it was revolting.
You're exactly right.
But mostly because a nice detailed answer there. That's exactly what I'd do.
But then I would probably tell everybody else how fucking horrible it was.
I was going to say, well, I think I would also not accept another invite. Mathpig?
Don't want to be in that situation again. No, I would tell him.
You'd tell him.
In a nice enough way, like, you know, I'd eat the meal and then later on afterwards, I would probably tell him it wasn't great and he needs to shoot the chef.
Even if it was him? Even if it was him?
Oh, no, it wouldn't be my boss. He'd have fuck no, definitely not.
The whole premise is it's your boss that's cooked it.
What the fuck are we that close for that he's cooking me dinner? What's going on? Am I up for a big promotion?
You are. You've been invited around to see whether or not you're promotion material.
Oh, I'm promotion material. Just take it at that. That's fine. Don't worry about that. I'm not eating that food.
But if you don't compliment his food, you're going to get fired.
Really? Is that a promise?
Yeah.
I'm fucking hitting my job right now.
Doc.
I probably won't tell him.
Go on.
Yeah.
And say, Doc.
In a nice way.
In a nice way. Doc.
Yeah, I'm quite honest, so yeah, I would, as diplomatically as possible, I would be like, this isn't working out for me. And hopefully the next time, they would understand why I brought myself a bag of Wendy's to the banquet.
I just love the phrase, "This isn't working out for me," in reference to...
That's exactly what your boss is going to say in return.
Yeah.
Well, after he sacked me, I'm going to sue the cunt for fucking, what is it, unfair dismissal.
Amanda? Is Amanda's back? No.
Yeah.
Yeah? Would you tell your boss that the meal he has prepared is horrible, is revolting?
No. I would not.
You would not. Even if it meant you might have to go back and eat it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it weren't, if you weren't my boss, if you were just a regular person, you know me. I don't.
You don't.
Dave, ask her first from now on.
Why?
So we don't all look like assholes.
There's only one more question and she can get it first.
Sorry. But I mean, I don't like to hurt anybody's feelings or upset anybody, so.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 130. Would you rather have all traffic lights you approach be green or never have to stand in line again?
Now, are the traffic lights automatically turning to green when I get there, or is it just my timing is wonderful? Because if they just automatically turn green, we could wipe out a lot of people.
Yeah.
They turn green safely as you approach them.
And the other one is never standing in queue again.
Yes.
I'd take the queue. I'd leave. I don't like
queue.
standing in line. I don't mind being in the car, but I don't like standing in line.
They're standing in line. Sammy. Oh, we're there. No, we're there. Amanda was meant to. You math pig. You arsehole.
Told you, that's my worst thing. I keep interrupting people.
It was agreed. Amanda.
Say it again.
Would you rather have all traffic lights you approach be green,
Okay.
or never have to stand in line again?
Yeah, they'll never standing in line again.
Sammy?
See, in this modern age, I don't stand in a lot of lines, but when I've took my kids to theme parks and such, just being able to go to the front of the line would be awesome. So I think I'm going to have to go with that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I get. Knowing what I know about you, can you not swing that anyway?
You know the answer to that.
Excuse me.
Sal.
Yeah, definitely not waiting in line.
Not waiting in line.
Yeah.
People don't seem to like waiting in line. It seems to be a consensus.
Oh, not a consensus, because my answer is going to be very different.
Doc.
At first, I thought this was more complicated, because I thought, ooh, that's a dilemma, not staying in line or always being able to get through the light. But very quickly, it became very simple. I will be choosing the always the green light, because this new practice of social distancing, I've already got decades of experience with that. And as a side effect, I am almost never standing in line because I'm never anywhere to stand in the line.
Yeah.
So the traffic light thing is far more useful to me.
Makes sense. Right. Amanda is falling asleep.
Amanda.
Yes, I'm here.
She went second.
No. We've answered the question. I was going to ask her who she has on midweek, if she's remembered.
Oh, well, no. I know.
You do.
No, it's I'm going on is it Matt Pig, the Ashley show.
Ashley?
Knock, I guess their name. I don't know.
Alan.
The Raging Atheist.
So is it Math Pig, Ash, or no?
It's Ali and Knox channel.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Got you. That makes complete
I was paying
sense.
attention.
You know them well.
It's new. I met them on Matt Pig's channel, so
Excellent.
sorry.
And Math Pig. You don't have anyone big coming up, do you?
I've got Aaron Round Sunday.
Who's that?
The guy that looks like a Klingon.
I thought he was off on expedition.
No, Karuna.
Yeah.
Plus, he was doing DaveCon that Sunday, and it just happened to work out well.
You mean we were meant to meet this Friday?
We were meant to meet up this Friday, man. Yes.
That's quite sad. Oh.
Yeah, we'll all get to meet Aaron Round the same night that we were supposed to. That's something.
Yeah, I was going to the conference to meet you guys.
Well, I wanted to meet Aaron and yourselves, but out of the conference, I just wanted to talk to Aaron. Like, that's the only thing I was looking forward to, conference-wise.
The conference were alright. I was looking forward to meeting Aaron, but I wasn't going to the. I wouldn't. If it wasn't for the people attending, I wouldn't have gone.
Yeah, like what was the first thing that we talked about when we noticed the bad conference? We were texting, in fucking Discord going, are we going to spend this much money to hang out?
No. We could all go down, but I'm not paying to go to the conference.
Yeah.
Right. Does anyone else have anything on they'd like to mention?
Not right now.
I have a little semi.
A semi-Sammy?
I have a semi.
I guess I do have a public service announcement. Stay home. Everybody stay the fuck home.
Yes, and wash your fucking hands.
Right, well, just as you say that, I'm going to go and drive for 2 hours.
You're going to get stopped by the police.
What?
You're going to get stopped by the police.
Traveling between to see your family is allowed.
Yes, it doesn't change the fact you're going to get stopped.
What?
What about time zones? They do it any time zone?
No, there's no curfews or anything here.
Not necessarily. They're still stopping loads of cars. You have a valid reason, but that doesn't change the fact you're going to get stopped, probably.
Probably not. There's nobody on the roads over here. We'd be grand.
Right. Anyway, I shall say thank you to Amanda. Thank you to Sal. Thank you to Mathpig. Thank you to Sammy. And thank you to Doc. And thank you to everyone that joined us. We shall.
Why do you do this fake voice at the start and end of every video?
That's the Miss Kim looking through the magic mirror voice. And I see Robbie. And I see Dave.
And tomorrow,
Did all my friends have fun at play?
That's great.
tomorrow, we will go through the triangle window. Good night, everybody.